I'm doing just great. I'm doing fine this beautiful, beautiful day. As a matter of fact, I think I'll do class outside today. Let's see how it's looking outside here. If you don't mind, I'm just gonna step outside because I can. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, beautiful.
The beauty of internet radio, you know.
I know,
able to be mobile.
right?
Yeah, it's beautiful out here. Oh yeah, so it's here in the sun. Enjoy. Sit back here. I'll take a nap and wake me when the show's over.
So what's this empty nonsense about?
All right, that's cool. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
You have a sleep. I'll take over. I got a glass here. You know, I'll just
I'll have my coffee.
hang with the listeners. I hope everybody's doing okay and they had a good weekend.
Hell yeah. Yeah, it really did.
Yeah?
Went down by the water a couple times. Down by the some beach towns, hung around, got on a boat. What will we do with the broken Went to some great Thai restaurant and a cool, like a bar restaurant last night, and a Thai restaurant on Saturday night. I guess it must have been down there in Seal Beach, California.
Ooh.
And, I'd plug them and say what the name was if I could, but I couldn't pronounce it if I wanted to. Anyway, it's a Thai restaurant. It's very good. It's in Seal Beach. It's on the main drag. Can't miss it. Anyway. How are you doing, Amanda? How's it going there? How are you?
I'm absolutely fabulous. Yeah, absolutely great. Had a smashing weekend and ready to smash it this week with lots of positivity and motivation. Get the job done.
Mm-hmm.
That's what my little nephew says.
Welcome to it. Oh, yeah? How old's your nephew?
Yeah.
Your nephew's, how old's your nephew? Is it?
He's nearly 3. Nearly 3 years old, bless him. And he's into a TV show at the moment called Octonauts, which is on Netflix. And they quote on there.
That's a variant. What's it called? What'd you say?
Octonauts.
Omicron?
They're meant to be like these little creatures under the sea that wear like space helmets. Like sea astronaut things. So yeah, I mean it's cute. If he enjoys it, he gets so lost in it. He's like, "We'll get the job done." I'm like, that's so cool. I adore him. So yeah,
that's so cute.
He enjoys it.
That's great.
Yeah, so cute. Yeah. I actually sit and watch it with him sometimes, and I'm just like, you know what? This is actually quite adorable. And I'm sure there's any listeners of young kids out there who can relate. You know, yeah.
Yeah, I remember. You know, it's funny because I remember you telling me about him a long time ago, and he must have been maybe he was 2 or maybe I don't know. Anyway, maybe 3. Wow. Good for you. Enjoy it.
Yeah.
Enjoy it. Nothing like it.
Thank you.
Nothing like it.
Yeah, he's a beautiful little boy.
He
really is.
Well,
thank you.
You guys and family and stuff. And any plans for the holidays coming up here in a few weeks?
Well, I try and spend as much time with family as possible, you know, because, you know, the 3 years of craziness regarding Christmas, right, with the whole COVID thing. So I think everybody this year is really going to push the boat out and, you know, have a wonderful celebration. And I don't think this whole new variant thing is going to stop people. And, you know, Boris Johnson certainly these gatherings. Well, he currently isn't, and he claims he's not going to, but he's getting some real flack for that. So I don't know. Hopefully he doesn't, but I can understand if he does. I think it would just ruin everything for everybody right now. So yeah, I'm hoping to have some wonderful meetups with family, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm really feeling it this year. I mean, like I said, we've all been for that struggle, right? So everybody just wants to get on with it and celebrate together and really enjoy this year. So fingers crossed that happens. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if not, we just have to make things happen for ourselves. Yeah.
It came out this morning actually here in our time that the studies that were done with the new Omicron variant show that it's not nearly as, I shouldn't say not nearly, but not as dangerous as the original coronavirus or the Delta virus for that matter, but it can make you sick, but it's not as bad. It's so far they say that this variant isn't as deadly, nearly as deadly is the correct word actually. It'll make you ill.
Really?
So far they're saying, you know, and what they're underlining the word encouraging. So it's not definite yet, but so far the studies have shown encouraging I want to emphasize that, news that this is not as significant in terms of harming you as the other variants. And I might add that the Delta variant is not as bad as the original coronavirus. Either the only distinction is that the Delta variant is more spread, it's more contagious, but it's not as bad. And most of the hospitalizations that are occurring right now, most of the hospitalizations are Delta variants. Because
they're reporting that here.
Much more contagious. Same thing there.
Pretty much saying that there's no hospitalization so far from this new variant. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I mean, it is spreading quickly here. There's no doubt about it. England has got a lot of cases right now. So I think we're up to 261 cases in England, 71 in Scotland, and 4 in Wales. But we've not heard from Northern Ireland yet as to how many cases they've got. So, yes, it is spreading quickly, but there's no real tragedy at the moment. So that's looking positive, right? I mean, I'm choosing to see that as positive. So, yeah.
They've really instituted a lot of restrictions moving forward, especially in New York, regarding vaccine mandates and so forth, and public employees all must be vaccinated by December 27th, or don't come to work, basically. Theaters, restaurants, so forth, you've got to show vaccine cards. They instituted that in L.A., in my backyard, but I don't really see it being enforced. I was in one kind of corner of the bar watching a football game a week ago, and there was somebody there, you show them your cell phone picture or whatever it is that you took of your card, or in California, you can go on the internet and just put your name in the appropriate website, and your birth date and your name, and bam, your vaccine record comes up, boom, just like that.
Oh, right, pretty cool. Yeah,
pretty cool.
We've got the NHS
a very good
app
friend of mine.
Sorry, sweetheart. We've got the NHS app. Yeah, it's our National Health Service app that we have installed on our phones. You don't have to have it, obviously, but and that gives you all your records and things like that. And it, you use it, especially if you're going to travel and things like that, just to have proof of record.
And pull the app up, bam, here you go, here it is.
That's your passport kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. So what you were saying? Some friends.
There's been some. What was I saying? Do you remember? Oh, yeah. A friend of mine, he's a musician. He's an amazing guitar player, actually. He's really good. He could be out doing it, and he wish he could. I'm saying, you're good enough. He's really good. Backup guitar player, and a good singer, too. And he's very talented, and he's a neighbor, so we spent quite a few sessions together during COVID, because he lives a few houses away, coming over and jamming. We were both safe and protected, and he brings a little kid over to hang around, and I said a 4 or 5 year old kid. He'd run around the house, and two of us would jam guitar all night, and fun time. But his day gig, and I tried to get him on the show. He said he was going to join us someday here when he gets the time. But his day gig is he orchestrates how Los Angeles gets paid for all the things they got to do regarding COVID, from the original tests, all the lines for people getting tests. When COVID first came out. Dodger Stadium and everywhere, there's lines and lines and carloads and car lines. You could wait in line for an hour and a half in your car, moving slowly to get your tests and vaccines, and somebody's got to pay for all that. And his job is to coordinate how all that is done, going through if somebody has insurance to cover it, to the state, the feds, all of this, and it's just unbelievable what his job is. And
wow.
And also because of his connection, he also knows a lot of the truths behind COVID and its spread and statistics and who's getting sick and who's dying and all this.
Okay.
All based on real truth. I mean, we call our show radio. Why? Because we like to talk about facts, not something that's just in the news and people take it to meaning that it's true. Because they read the headlines of some either extreme left wing or extreme right wing media, And I think we've been pretty good about that for the duration of our show so far, and hopefully we'll, continue to.
Well, yeah, we do make it known that if we don't know something, or we're just discussing our thoughts on something, and something we've actually discovered that's appeared to be fact, and where we got that source from. So we do try to make it known.
If I'm mistaken, Yeah, if I'm mistaken, we're the first to admit that we don't know anything. Unless, what do we know?
Oh,
We know
goodness,
nothing.
yeah.
So the only thing we can do is source the facts of what we talk about, unless we're joking around, which we also do a lot, which is great.
Yes,
and that's that one. No, hey, welcome to our show. You know what I mean? That's what we do. You know, life's easy. You know what I mean? You can't even major stuff. Hey, we're live, we're breathing, the world's going around the sun, everything's groovy, and you got to have a sense of humor. You know, humor rules. In my opinion, if you don't, if you can't laugh, if you can't react to something, and just put a smile on your face. I mean, every day you wake up and you're here is, hey, wow, okay.
Well, you know that saying, don't you? That if you take life too seriously, you'll never get out alive, and it's true.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's appreciating the serious and having humor. Yeah.
Yeah, we had some shows. We were doing these Wednesday relationship show for a while way back when, I forget when.
Yeah.
And we talked about relationships and all that. And you know what? Thinking back, just because we just brought that up, thinking back, did me in any relationship that I've been in that meant anything actually was based on the other person's ability to laugh, to joke, to be quick in their response. You say something, bam, they're quick. Boom. Like you say something, you come back, boom. You don't even take a breath, and you have a response to something funny, like boom. How'd you do that so fast? Like it's funny, it's good. It's just to me, it's a sign of brightness, of just being bright. Just being really bright. Bright. You think of a bright person because you're such a bright person.
Oh, thank you. I have to remember to change my batteries every now and again, but
but that just. To me, that the humor rules in relationships. If you can't laugh, I can't see people being in relationships where they don't. I don't know what to say about going through everything laughing. You know what I'm saying? That's silly, but you know what I mean. Being able to laugh, being able to look at life and even serious matters and talk about it and not okay. There's horrible things in life and there's great things in life, but we get through every day. You get through every day, and you gotta. I remember seeing a Rolling Stones video one time. Keith Richards gets up there before he starts singing a song, and he said, "Good to be here. It's good to be anywhere." Good.
It is true, actually.
Keith Richards laugh, Yeah. Oh, I got to tell you something about Keith Richards. I got to tell you something, Amanda. You got to
go for it.
You ready for this?
Go for it.
All right. I forget. I was looking at YouTube yesterday morning, and I just things you put on my YouTube, and I got a smart TV, whatever, and YouTube's on there, and I click it, see what's going on, and I guess because I've seen a lot of the Rolling Stones recent tour in the United States. Some people recorded the whole thing or different songs from all the different appearances in the U.S. They just completed that tour last month. And I guess because I like them. And it's great. But what came up, just by itself, there it is, and you click it, was 1970s moments of iconic moments of this, let me see if I get it right. Iconic moments of the Rolling Stones 1970s. So if you search for iconic moments Rolling Stones, it'll probably come up in the 70s.
Okay.
Man, you see that YouTube video, and there's only a few songs, like a 1972 concert, 1975, 1978, not concerts, but isolated songs. You look at those tunes, and you can't turn the darn TV off. I mean, you know why they got their title, the greatest rock and roll band in the world, because God damn it, they are. They and I got to say, after seeing the last tour, I mean, these guys are in their 80s, for Christ's sake, late 70s, right? 80 years old, 78 years old, right?
Yeah.
I'm lucky they're not coming out in walkers. I mean, think about it, man. When you were a teen or in your 20s and you thought of somebody 80 years old, what should you think of? Somebody
goodness,
hey, in the pot belly and the walker and wait, I'm coming. Wait a minute. Wait.
I'm saying,
and there's Mick Jagger, 78, unreal.
Yeah.
Then you look at this YouTube video, and I dare you to turn it off. It's that good. And you see this band, and this is the original Rolling Stones. The original with Mick Taylor. Bill Wyman on bass, Mick Taylor playing guitar, Keith Richards, Charlie Watts, and Mick Jagger. I couldn't think of his name.
yeah.
God damn, are they good? Oh my God. I mean, rock
There's a
and
magic
roll
about
is
them, isn't
meant
there?
to be.
Yeah.
You got to look it up, Amanda. And everybody,
Yeah.
go look for iconic moments, Rolling Stones 70s or something like that. Iconic Rolling Stones moments. It'll come up 70s. And you got Shattered. You got Midnight Rambler. You got I Can't Always Get What You Want, which is kind of, that jam went on a little too long for me, but it was great. It was just a very, very long jam, almost Grateful Dead-y. I Can't Always Get What You Want. It went on and on, but man, they could. And those guitars of Keith Richards and Mick Taylor just lock. I mean, they just lock. And none of this, even Ronnie Wood, just you can't. I mean, outside of Charlie Watts, who's unfortunately no longer with us, of course, who's an outstanding, one of the best in-the-pocket drummers that ever existed, I think. Keith Richards and Ron Wood, Keith Richards, Mick Taylor, they're not known to be these outstanding, amazing guitar players. I mean, nobody says, oh, my God, Keith Richards, what he does is great, a lot of unique, a lot of open tunings. You know, he's got the style about him. And that's what his style. And the style of Mick Taylor and Keith Richards, the style of Ronnie Wood and Keith Richards, rocks, you know, and it's funny because when they do live concerts, they, you know, one concert, you know, might take the solo on this tune, the next concert, the other one might take the solo on this tune, and it's like they don't discuss that beforehand. They're so tight, you know, it just happens. They communicate while they're playing, and it comes up in their shows. And I got to tell you something, I couldn't, outside of fast forwarding through Can't Always Get What You Want, because it was, you know, it's a little too long. But Midnight Rambler, Mick playing the harmonica, Shattered.
Oh, wow.
That was another one, which was incredible. The first one, I think it was 1972. Oh, was it Tumbling Dice? Anyway, you want to see rock and roll the way it's meant to be? Look at that YouTube video. The Rolling Stones, the greatest rock and roll band in the world. That being said, we're done. We'll see you Wednesday.
Hey, I know I wanted to say though, you just before you got onto that, you said about laughter being an important thing in a relationship. I absolutely agree with you, and it actually took me to a moment where I went out for a meal several days ago. Went with the family. It was a Sunday, and we all went for a classic Sunday British dinner. So over here on a Sunday, we have pretty much what you would have on Thanksgiving. Like we'd have a meat, you know, potatoes and vegetables and like a cheese sauce on the vegetables, and you know, all like kind of trimmings. We'd have a thing called Yorkshire pudding, which is made with batter, and it's absolutely gorgeous, and you have that with it as well. So that's a traditional Sunday dinner in the UK. So we went out for one of those. And it was beautiful, and we all sat around the table chatting, and this couple came in, and they sat down. And I was just paying attention, you know, being observant of the environment. And this couple was, you know, very quiet with each other, just focused on eating. They were looking around the room and not really paying much attention to each other. And I thought, okay, I wonder how long this couple has been together, you know, for that kind of atmosphere between them. And then towards the end of the meal, they probably said a few words to each other, and then they just both got their phones out. And they were both staring at their mobile phones. And I was just like, really? They're not having any conversations. They decided to go out together for a meal, and there was hardly any talk, and now they're on their mobile phones. I was just blown away by that. And I remember thinking, wow, that was something I would never do. And I can understand why that situation would occur if you're struggling to hold conversation between you, you know, because that's quite often an issue in relationships as well, right? But you just triggered that memory off in my mind as you said about, you know, the laughter thing. Because, of course, we were all sat around the table laughing, and this couple were just, you know, just silent, just looking around the room, looking back at their dinner, looking around the room. And I was just like, wow. And they were sat next to each other. They weren't even opposite each other, so they could make eye contact and talk directly to each other. That was fascinating, because I'm one of those people that when I go out somewhere, I'm very observant. I'm a people watcher. I pay attention to what goes on around me as well as those that I'm talking with. And I find it fascinating just studying people and, you know, nature, or if I'm walking out in nature, whatever it is, I kind of observe my surroundings. So, yeah, it was fascinating to see that. And it made me think, you know, what kind of relationship they were having, and did that spark or magic, or has conversation died that much between them? Are they more talkative at home? Is it just because they both felt a bit insecure in the environment they were in, you know, like not insecure, but maybe slightly anxious. I don't know. But it was fascinating to see play out, and it made me wonder how many couples out there replicate the same thing, that same experience. And I know for sure that, like, in previous relationships I've been in, that when I've been somewhere, and you do find sometimes it's hard to hold a conversation, especially if you two talk all the time at home, and then you go out somewhere and it's just like, well, what is there really to talk about? Your food, maybe the place you're in. I don't know. It kind of gets to that point, doesn't it, where conversation can run out. And I think it's important to get creative in those types of situations and, you know, think, okay, so what can I express about this moment? Let's be present. Let's be present in this moment. What can we express to each other? You know, what can we appreciate? Or maybe just ask some, you know, your partner some fun questions like, oh, name your five favorite things to do, or 5 favorite meals, even though you probably know all this information about them, but you can get creative, can't you, with it? Just something to stimulate the evening to make it fun and creative somehow. And yeah, it was so fascinating to see. It really was.
I know exactly what you're saying. I agree. Yes. You know,
and I think technology gets. Sorry, go on. What was you going to say, darling?
Speaking of technology, it's funny you should mention that. It's funny. You think that we actually had a plan here. We have a plan. But you just mentioned technology, and because you did, it just rang a bell in my head. Ding! And the bell in my head said, Elon Musk is at it again. You will soon see the Tesla Model Pi phone. Yeah. It's smaller than a car.
Hopefully, yeah.
It is. He kidnapped the designer of the Apple phone, brought him over to Tesla.
Yeah.
And is designing what's going to be the most incredible, spectacular cell phone ever.
Ooh.
It's going to be
quite a claim.
it's going to work on Mars. You know, we're sending people to Mars. That'll happen soon.
Yeah.
Right?
Wow.
You'll be able to call Mars. You know, somebody's up there, give them a call. Also, you'll be able to talk to people on the space station and all that because it works via satellite network.
Wow.
It works.
That's impressive.
Yeah,
Is that why he sent all those satellites up into space then? Was that part of his plan?
Yeah, that's part of the plan. Well, you must give the world the internet. You know, the whole world, right?
Yeah.
And the upload and download speeds on your phone will be equivalent to what you get in a fiber optic network, practically. 200 megabits per second or whatever. I mean, fast as shit, lightning fast. It's going to be an amazing phone. It's going to be available in 2022, and it'll also it's attached to a neural network. It'll be able to understand what you're thinking.
No.
In a way, the way it keeps learning from you when you talk and you get instructions and you the way you are with your phone, it starts learning about you.
I'm actually quite scared of this phone at this point. You know, I'm feeling very hesitant right now.
Here's what it's going to be. It's going to be widely available in every country around the world. The device will have a high level of. It's going to be amazing. If you use the phone, the network system will work in the woods, in the mountains, on Mars and on the moon.
Wow!
It doesn't matter where you are.
Wow.
You could be on Mars. Because they're offering these, I think, one-way trips to Mars, and there's a whole bunch of people signed up for them already. I don't blame them.
Well, you can blame them, yeah. Granted.
But we're going to Mars. It's happening soon, and this phone will you'll be able to pick up your phone and talk to somebody in Mars, just like you and I talking from the UK to USA. Maybe we'll even do a show from Mars.
Wow. That'd be impressive. I can hear you now, Andy. Well, I'm getting ready to pack and leave for Mars. I will be in contact with Amanda Love, and we'll be doing a show from Mars.
And that wouldn't surprise you, would it? Because you know it's something I would do.
Exactly. You see how I know you? Yeah, exactly.
But this phone's going to work via the Starlink. It's a method that allows anybody to download anything amazingly lightning fast. on your phone. It'll also, if you have a Tesla vehicle, it'll operate your vehicle from your phone remotely. Of course, it'll tie right into your car. It'll download at 150 megabytes to 200 megabytes per second, and it's gonna wipe out the market for other smartphones. I mean, it's gonna be such an incredible advance.
He's kind of pushing away.
And it looks like an Apple iPhone.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
It looks like it's designed by the same person. Yeah, it's designed by the same. They hired the person who designed the iPhone to design the Tesla phone, so it looks the same. But not the same.
That
very
doesn't surprise me, actually,
sleeker.
because that's, I mean, in all fairness, before Elon Musk, Apple were leading the way with technology in terms of computers and with mobile phones, because they created the whole app market, and having apps on the phone. And so other companies were just like, this is incredible. Android jumped on board. Let's create the same thing. So, Apple's always led the way with creative thinking and in terms of technology. But now Elon's like, okay, well, yeah, I'm going to take this one step further, which I applaud him, because that's very courageous, the kind of things he's pushing out there and the things he's doing. And I think, he's going to make all these other companies sweat. Oh, yes.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah.
And what a concern. And this is like, what's concern? What, I can see what you're, I'm just thinking, knowing what I'm thinking, how to do that, But there's a concern that the device will be able to accomplish everything any user of the phone desires. I mean, like if you believe, that you want to go to YouTube while using the device will then go to YouTube immediately. You don't need to use any type of mobile device. Device will operate on its own. Just do it on its own.
So I'm assuming that's done through human contact with holding the device, that it can somehow monitor maybe through your pulse or I don't know how these things work, but
I don't know.
I guess
I don't know.
It's got to be something like that, hasn't it? Or something like an attachment that comes with it that you put over your ear, and it touches, that part behind your ear that can, like they brought out headsets that you can put on. It doesn't go into your ear at all, but it just sits behind your ear and rests there, and you can hear the music without putting it in your ear. So I'm just wondering if it's going to have something like that.
Yeah, also, what else is really cool? I just saw YouTube. I was, watching some YouTube videos earlier. It's going to when you are outside, the phone's going to be charging all by itself. It charges if you're outside, it charges by solar. What? All by itself. You don't have to plug it in. You just go out in your normal day's activity. This phone's charging all the time. Solar.
Of course, there is an issue with that, though, isn't there? Because with solar charging, you have to have pretty much a clear day to get a really good charge. Otherwise, if it's clouded over outside, the chances of it charging are less successful. So I guess that's not going to be relevant all over the world. Like if you came into the UK, which is pretty much cloudy most of the time, it could be an issue.
You plug it in.
Yeah.
You plug it in. But then when you're unplugged and you're out and about, when you're not charging your phone, you don't have to worry about it going dead on you if you're in an environment where it can charge. Also, ready for this? When you buy a phone, they said you want, you can get the gold, the silver, the pink, the whatever rose-colored phone. This phone changes color depending on how light is hitting it. What kind of light?
Oh my goodness!
It changes color. Also, ready for this?
So cool.
It's got such an advanced screen. You know how screens break? I mean, bam, that's the most popular. I think cracked screens is a huge thing on the Apples, I think. I don't have Apple, but this screen can't, if you drop it, the screen won't crack.
Oh, my goodness.
And if you're direct sunlight,
quite a pricey phone.
If you're direct sunlight, it'll charge in as little as 30 minutes completely.
Oh, my goodness. I can just see all the celebrities walking around with this phone, and everybody else, like, breaking their bank and getting loans just to buy this phone, because surely with all that amount of technology, and its capabilities, that's going to cost a small fortune. I mean, an iPhone, even like Samsung now are ranking right up there with iPhone with how much they charge for their phones. And so, you cost like $1,200 to like $1,500 for a phone, and that's because obviously the technology is advancing, hence the reason they're charging more. But I guess for something like that, it's got to be like, I don't know, 3 or 4?
I'm willing to bet that this phone will be competitive with the Samsung Notes or Galaxies and Apples. It's going to be right there. The only thing that might be different is Starlink. Now, Starlink is the most advanced internet connection that exists for phone. You don't have to worry about 5G, 4G, that all disappears. It's all gone.
Is it a satellite-based
You don't need it.
connection?
It's all satellite. It's lightning speed. And I think the subscription to Starlink is going to be rather expensive. It might be. I've heard $100 a month. I've heard $100 a month.
Wow.
Yeah, I pay $70 a month right now just for internet in my home, and it sucks. Just for my home.
This all comes down to, I mean, come on, at the end of the day, with all these features, right, let's be honest and be real. It sounds absolutely fantastic. I'm not going to lie. I would be like, this would be a dream to have own a device like that with all its capabilities. But at the end of the day, with life being like it is, to have a device like that and pay for a device like that, you would need to be really using it like 24/7 to get all the wonderful benefits from it. And obviously, depending on what it is, if it's just a leisurely thing, I own the fastest phone in the world, and it's just like, I'm just going to browse the internet for just average stuff. Oh, I'll download all this stuff,
Right. When you think about it, though, about it. Oh, ready for this too? Ready for this? Also, like my phone, I'm a Samsung guy. I'm waiting for the Note 22, which they might not actually release. I heard they have the Galaxy S21, which is an amazing phone. I mean, to me, they're way above capability what Apple phones do because they're so customizable. You're not in that world of Apple the way Apple does it. When you go Android. But
everybody comes down to that.
I'm not an Apple.
Comparing
I'm the only one in my family that's not an Apple person.
Right.
But here's the deal, and I'm waiting for the next Note to come out. I get the Note with a stylus, and right now you get a Galaxy and the phone and get a stylus for extra money, and they have a case where you can put the stylus in, blah blah blah. And the stylus now has a camera on it. It's unbelievable what they're doing with these phones. So I was waiting here for. I'm a diehard Samsung guy, right? So I'm waiting for the next. Either the next Note. I have a Note 8 right now, so I'm waiting for Note 22, which now I'm hearing they might trash it, not even release it, and instead just do another Galaxy, which will encompass all the features of the Note. You don't need a Note and a Galaxy. And the Galaxy's camera is the most amazing camera there is on a phone. Incredible. So I'm waiting for this a Note 22 or buy the next Galaxy, whatever. But I'm nothing wrong with my phone. It's like if it ain't broke, don't fix. But the latest, greatest. So now, because I'm a Tesla fan. I own a Tesla. I just got new updates. This car is. The other day I was sitting in my car and I forget something I said was like hot. Right? I said hot. The car thought I said hot, and a message comes up on the screen and says temperature will be decreased by 3 degrees. Boom! The air conditioning comes on, lowers the temperature 3 degrees.
Oh you said, that's pretty cool.
I said that, right? Did I tell you that? I did tell you that, right? And more, it drove me down to the beach and back twice, round trips this weekend, all by itself, down to the beach and back. And on the highways, did the changes from the 110 to the 405, all by itself, changes lanes, the whole thing. So I'm a huge fan of Elon Musk and SpaceX and Tesla and everything the guy touched. I'm just such a fan. And then the more I see about this phone, I'm like, goodbye, Samsung. See ya. But you know what? This Neuralink and Starlink and the speed and I was going to say something. In Samsung phones, like my phone, I've got the SD chip, the mini card, I put in, expands the memory infinitely. I can put, just get another just put a card in, boom, there you go, right? So what this? So this new Tesla phone is going to be total encryption from the time you send something till the time the receiver receives it. There's no way to hack it. You can't get in. You can't hack the phone. It's impossible to hack the phone. So the security of this phone will be like no other phone that exists, like no other internet device that exists.
I wonder how they can claim that. Because there's going to be someone somewhere who tries it and probably manages to break through that, right? I would imagine.
I saw it's going to be real difficult. I saw the technical explanation this morning, and it's very complex, but it's going to be incredible encryption from start to finish, right? So here's the other thing. They're saying they're saying, well, they might have an SD card. And then the other possibility was, well, maybe not. Within your phone, you're going to be tied to a Galaxy, to a cloud. So you might have infinite storage capabilities, without ever scanning your memory.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if this phone's going to be doing all this thing, I mean, they're saying it's going to have a brain phone interface, like they're developing a ultra high bandwidth brain machine that interfaces to link humans and computers. Danger Robinson warning.
That freaks the crap out of me. I gotta admit, I've seen
too.
too many movies. I think because everybody can. Even without the movies, we all know, okay, that things can go too far, and once technology falls into the wrong hands, because all it needs to do is fall into the wrong hands, and chaos can happen, absolute chaos. So I guess where our future's actually heading with all these wonderful advancements is like, what's the true purpose of all these advancements? Is it just to make our life easier? Because again, that's what it just appears like. Hey, let's make our lives more lazy and more easier, so we'd have to think about less. And I understand that that's truly a wonderful thing to step towards, sure, because there's so many more important things we could be doing and enjoying with our lives. Absolutely. But, at the end of the day, we're meant to appreciate and not just have an easy life, because life isn't easy. So I think that it can go too much the one way if we're not careful. I mean, we only have to look at how humanity is advanced or not advanced in other ways, and how the world is on the brink of destruction in many ways. And that's just because we've made all the wrong choices with various things. And so any moment we could end up wiping ourselves off the planet. So if we can do that with these things, who's to say we're not going to do the same with technology and how far that's going to go, It's quite scary. I have these deep thoughts all the time about, where is, the future of humanity going, and with technology and science and all these wonderful things. And I think it's a healthy thing to think about, for sure.
Breaking.
Yeah.
You ready? Breaking.
Yeah.
You ready for this? Breaking.
Yeah, tell me.
We're talking about the price. These things will be ready. Okay, you ready for this?
Yeah, go for it.
Fresh off Tesla. The company will release a new smartphone. Tesla Pi phone is preparing to debut the new Tesla phone in the United States on December 21st, 2022. Oh, man, that's a year from now.
Oh, boy.
Whoa. What year is this? 2021,
Just
right?
in time for Christmas.
No, what year is this? Yeah. 2021. The smartphone is expected to be offered for $259 as a starting price.
Are you kidding me? $259?
I'm serious.
No. No.
You know what else I got to tell you?
What?
You ready for this?
I'm ready.
2008. In 2008, Tesla almost went out of business. They went bankrupt, almost bankrupt. They were, and Elon was having the time of his life. Everything he was doing was failing, and he was getting divorced. Right?
Oh my goodness!
And he was getting divorced. He had no money. All his businesses. He had to borrow money to pay his own rent. He had to borrow money from friends. That's how the guy was almost destitute after launching PayPal, right? Investing all these companies, and he said he invested in SpaceX. It was destined for failure. His first 3 launches all failed. They all failed. Boom, they all exploded. First 3 launches, goodbye SpaceX. So that was failing. Tesla had no money. Then he had, I forget another company. But anyway, so he was going to have discussions with Apple because they expressed interest in bailing Tesla out, in which case the Tesla would have been the Apple car today. It would not have been. It would have been owned by Apple. Right?
That wouldn't surprise me.
They let him down. They didn't even show up for the meeting, right? They let him down. So there's rumor now that, he's like, the heck with you guys. You know what? You lost out. I'm going to wipe you guys out. I'm going to wipe you out. Goodbye. With this phone. You don't stand a chance against my phone. Goodbye. Yeah. And here's what Rumorville has. Rumorville has that Apple's going to come out with an electric vehicle. The Apple car.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's Rumorville. That's rumor.
Okay. I guess that doesn't surprise me. Let's face it, a lot of these companies now are jumping on the newest forms of technology because you would want to miss out. If they can make a product using those, resources or whatever, then why not? But I guess, I don't know. I get excited. Don't get me wrong. I get excited about technology. It sounds like I'm really putting technology down. I'm one of these people like conspires against all these things. No, I just think very deeply about where things are heading. And like I said, it only takes something to fall into the wrong hands. Like this phone can read the mind, okay? So it's going to store information about you, what you think, everything about you on this device. Like phones do that already. I mean,
how can it do that? I mean, come on.
No.
How are they going to interface computers and the human brain? Unless you have some kind of chip inside you. No, it ain't happening with the vaccine. Please don't get me started. Unless you have some kind of chip inside you, it's impossible to do that. It's impossible. No, what do I know? Okay,
maybe it's because the brain gives off electrical pulses, right?
It's exactly what I was going to say. Yep.
So that makes sense that it would react with the electrical pulses in the brain somehow. Maybe through signal from the phone can interact, because those electrical pulses are energy. So, a mobile phone gives off energy as well through the signal and all sorts of things, the battery, whatever it is. So the antenna maybe in the phone, it will be able to connect with the electrical pulses in our brain. I mean, I sound like a skin scientist. What do I know? I'm just trying to throw these ideas out there. I mean, come on.
Dr. Love.
It's fun trying to work it out, right?
Today on the Andy Mander Show.
Dr. Love.
Dr. Love. Dr. Love. Yeah, hey. Yes. Hey,
where's Barry White?
Dr. Love. Cornell's are really cool. And Cornell's our show coordinator. If you know those who are just joining us, he introduced Amanda and I. Well, not again. I'll say this every show because every show we have new listeners. But Amanda and I have never met. She's in the UK. I'm in the USA and outside of Hollywood. Cornell, who introduced us, is in the East Coast on there, and we three of us have never ever met. We've been doing a show for a long time, over 300 some odd episodes, and going strong, man. Loving it. Loving our listeners all over the world and our guests that recruited listeners on our behalf. And thank you, everybody, for moving this show along. And we hopefully will be visiting you soon via Sirius satellite radio or on a FM syndicated radio network. So stay tuned for that. We're up and rolling. We are moving this thing ahead and excited about it, and we'll see what the future brings,
Absolutely.
Yeah, we've been out there for the last 5 years, and here we are. No, anyway. But anyway, that's the plan. But anyway, the actual phone, fully equipped with everything, a 259 is going to get you, I think, a casing. The case, you push a button, make a phone call kind of thing. I don't really know. But I had to look into this price. While we're talking, I had to look into this a little bit here, and it looks like now, as they're saying, the introductory price of $259. I don't know what that's going to include, but they're saying the full-featured phone will cost about $1,200, which is how much the new Galaxy is and the new iPhone.
Yeah, and the iPhone as well. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, the high-end ones. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, well, that's impressive then, because I was expecting it to be way more than, the way you described it. You would pay out of your butt for those features on, the brands that are already out there. They'd be adding all these wonderful, this is things that are not currently on our mobile cell phones. So it's like, so, with including all of that newness, that magic, that sparkle, you'd expect to pay out your butt for it, really, wouldn't you? Truly, you would. Mm-hmm. Elon, I'm impressed, dude. That's a good price. That's impressive.
It is. But I want to.
Yeah.
I got to tell you though, if it's waiting till next December, because I'm getting that. I'll tell you right now, I'm getting it. Hold on.
Oh, I know you will. Yeah. Oh wow. Incredible.
Yeah, I'm getting the phone. But if I have to wait till December for its release date, I'll probably get the latest Galaxy in the fall. Wait a minute, what month is this? This is December, right?
Dear. Yeah.
I don't know what year it is. I don't know what month it is. Listen to me. Oh man, so I'm just trying to think when we'll have to wait to get a new phone.
So how are you feeling after this is the show?
Wait a minute.
Sorry. Yeah.
I mean, I like there's nothing wrong with my phone. I'm just ready. I just kind of, I'm a techie. I want to latest. These things are expensive. I don't lease my phones like the phone services here. They try to encourage you to lease it, and then you have a monthly payment. I just buy my phone. I just buy it. What is it, $1,000? Boom, I want to own my phone. Whatever. I get these SIM card change carriers, which I don't do. But I just own the phone. I'm not going to pay you a lease payment every month and all that crap. The hell with that.
You end up paying more back anyway. Yeah.
Yeah. So I just buy it. Hell with it. But I'm just thinking on that. So if this is December, I wonder when's Samsung? Maybe I should look that up. When is Samsung releasing the next Galaxy? And what would that Galaxy phone be? This will be. Hey, we should make this our tech show. We never do a tech show. This will be our tech show.
That'd be fun.
Amanda show.
Tech.
What do we?
I was going to say Tech Tuesdays. We don't have a Tech Tuesday. We have a Tech. No, we don't have a Tech
Tuesday. We could do a Tuesday show. That'll be kind of cool.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Maybe we can get people who actually know what they're talking about to host it. Like you and I can take it. Two people.
Yeah.
We'll hire a couple other people to run the show Tuesday. Andy and Amanda show Tech Tuesday. We can host. Buddy
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk, yeah. The Galaxy. See, I'm not having all these fold phones. You fold them up. My hands are full all the time. I don't have time. I can't take my phone out of my pocket, worry about unfolding it and all that crap. I'm not doing that. I need to take my phone out of my pocket and start pushing the buttons right away. I'm not unfolding anything. The screens are pretty cool in these phone stuff, but not for me.
Yeah,
Galaxy
I get it.
S22 release date. Here we go. Galaxy S22. New look and plenty of upgrades. On the most compelling rumors, the Galaxy S22 Ultra will have a lot of the Note lines, DNA. See, that's what I was talking about.
Oh.
Which our phones, plus a line of next generation phones, expecting camera upgrades, a new chipset, refined design, and more. So this will talk to Venus. It won't talk to Mars. We'll talk to Venus if we ever go there.
Excellent. I hear it has a healthy female population on Venus and the masculine on the Mars.
That's what I've heard. So it should be the most exciting model yet. And when? As the iPhone 13 series delivers better image quality than the S21, the S22 will also have to compete against the Google Pixel 6 on its tensors. I don't understand all these different, what the hell.
Okay.
So when's it coming out? I'm just reading it, hope our listeners don't get. But they're learning as we're learning. We're all learning together.
Yes.
Oh, here we go. The latest rumor pegs Galaxy S22 launch date is February 8th, 2022. Okay, so I'll get that phone in February. And then I'll do a review of it on the show, right? So I'll get that show.
Oh.
I'll get that phone in February.
Okay.
And then if I have to wait till December, I'll sell the phone. I'll sell it, the S22.
I wonder if it's worth waiting a little longer because just like any phone company, when they release new models of phones, they have all these issues, and quite often the bugs and stuff need to get ironed out because obviously they have a certain amount of testing, but when they actually release to the public, it's like the ultimate testing ground, isn't it? And I noticed like companies like Samsung, more so than anyone, release these cool phones, and then they tend to have a lot of issues. And so, they're saying, oh, yeah, we're working on, correcting all these problems, blah, blah, blah. And you just seem to hear that more with Samsung, if I'm not mistaken, than with other companies. But I think it's because they're like an eager beaver, desperately trying to get, on the market first with the cool and latest thing. And they do it so well. But yeah, I was just wondering whether it's worth just waiting a little longer just to see what people are saying. Like, for example, if it's reading your thoughts, and, it's trying to work with the car, who knows what could happen with the bugs with something that advanced. So I guess they need a little playing room just in case, I don't know. Just my thought and opinion. You hear how many people have been disappointed.
I'm going to be – I know Tesla owners, which there are 700,000 of us in this country so far. Somewhere between 500 and 700,000, and more than that. They're putting out a Tesla chassis every 45 seconds now.
Wow.
Every 45 seconds, they're making a car. Robot, it means welding, sealing, gluing, whatever they got to do. Every 45 seconds, boom, boom, boom. Every 45 seconds, yeah. A new Tesla chassis being put together.
That's like the alcoholic drinking rate over here in the UK.
But I know the Tesla owners are probably, I would imagine, of course I can't speak for all of them obviously, but I know Tesla owners are going to be chomping at the bits for this phone.
Wow. Yeah.
And not only because of the features of the phone, but it's going to connect and be able to remotely operate your vehicle.
That's pretty cool. That is so cool. Yeah. I love the fact that, when you said about it changing color, that dazzles me. It's like, I get tired of having the same color phone all the time. You don't have to put a case on it. You never see the color. You're
right. And if you drop it, the screen won't break.
That's incredible.
Fast as can be. It'll also know they're going to have it because Elon's going to be going to Mars. Sending people up there. The money they use on Mars, it's not going to be. It's going to be a Martian Bitcoin equivalent, like a Martian money. And on your phone, you'll be able to mine and collect and build your Martian Bitcoin portfolio on your phone here on Earth.
Oh man.
I mean, come on.
I feel like I've jumped
on.
Like
this is like we're jumping. So this is kind of stuff you'd see growing up in your sci-fi movies, like this technology and what's going on. It is so it's about time. And I've always thought, I think we've touched upon this several times during the show. There's so much, war and conflict in the world. I mean, the United States itself these days. Wouldn't it be cool if the world community just got on the same train to make life better for the human population as we know it, in terms of scientific developments, in terms of cures for diseases, in terms of space exploration? I mean, all these things that we can all do to benefit mankind. Just whatever our religious philosophies, whatever our beliefs and all that stuff, just whatever you believe. When somebody else believes something, let them believe it. But let's all get on the same train and benefit life for everybody. Why can't we do that around the world? We all bleed the same blood. I don't care what you believe. You bleed the same blood as the next person. Okay, you're different blood type, but you know what I'm saying.
What is the purpose of, the US have been wanting to do this for years and years and years with going to Mars. What is their main mission with sending people on a one-way ticket to Mars? What is the purpose of that?
People get bored with life here. Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, ultimately it just makes you wonder. Yeah, that's true, actually.
No, there's a couple of things. The resources in mining in Mars would benefit population on Earth tremendously. Okay. When they start mining, just tremendously how that'll benefit here. And there will be a time. We have a finite existence on this planet.
Yes. And
not only that, we can get into it. Not enough time on this show, I don't think. But as we said, everybody knows there's no secret that dinosaurs lived for 60 or 70 million years. 80 million years ago, whatever it was. Dinosaurs inhabited this planet for millions and millions and millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of years. Right? Millions of years. We have only inhabited this planet as we are today for about 200,000 years. Nowhere near even 1 million years. Not even close to 1 million years. Nowhere near it. And the dinosaurs existed for 70 million years. Right?
Yeah.
How long do you think our species is going to last?
Yeah, exactly.
Really.
The whole idea that the whole idea that traveling to other planets and setting up there is kind of I guess, people's concern that we're just going to abandon this planet because we think it's already going down the pan. So therefore, you know, the very extreme wealthy will get the one-way ticket to somewhere like Mars or somewhere else eventually, and just leave everybody else to, you know, diminish here on Earth. And it's just, you know, I think that's, I you know, you see that kind of discussion. You see it, and you know, it's people's ideas. When you hear about these fantastical things like, oh yeah, one-way tickets to Mars, and everybody's getting concerned. Well, why? What is the true purpose of going to Mars? What's really being planned? And you know, why are we doing this when we've got so many major concerns right here that need confronting as quickly as possible? Why are we not focusing on that?
And you know something else, and I know what you're saying. I agree.
Absolutely, yeah.
But
yeah.
here's the main, I think, driving force. No matter how you code it, you know, oh boy, is a scientific this, and oh my God, the research is, oh my God, right? But you look here, and we can't fucking put meal on the table for a percentage of the population around the world, and we've got sickness and disease and war and political issues and all these things that we got, and here we are spending billions of dollars to float a man in the universe somewhere. I mean, what? So I get that. But here's the thing, that you look up into the sky as our species, as who we are as people, we ask questions.
Of course,
do you ever put your life in another man's hands?
Or something else.
Ever serve in the forward area?
Yeah.
Have him put his life in yours? You need me on that wall.
Yeah.
I know, right? We ask questions. This planet, we ask questions. How did we get here? How did this all begin? How the hell did this all happen? And there's got to be a point, unless somebody just says, "Oh well, God, hey, well, easy answer, hey, God did," you know. But there's a reason. There truly is a real reason how we came to be, and that is, we're gonna find out. God damn it! I mean, that's just who we are. There's no matter to whatever degree, and that degree could be vast, from 1/10 of 1% to 1,000,000% of what your desire to know that information is. But somewhere in everybody is that information. You know what I mean? Is that question? You know?
Absolutely.
And for example, there's a moon that goes around Saturn called Titan. Titan, imagine having oceans and seas on this planet, it's H2O. On Titan, it's liquid methane with waves and ripples and lakes and valleys and streams.
Yeah.
And somewhere on Titan, there's also H2O.
Yeah.
So there's life on other planets to various degrees. You know, we got to find out. You know, we're not alone. You know, and life is life, whether it's an amoeba or whether it's a human being. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think that question underneath everything, no matter how people, you know, we're spending millions because I'm going to invent a new drug that's going to save the population. Not really. I just want to know how we all got here.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to tell you that because then you're going to not let me spend my billions of dollars. So I better not tell you the real reason why. So I'm going to tell you. I'll save your life someday. Yeah. I won't, but I'll tell you it will.
Yeah.
And we'll go into that more. I think I'll do some more homework in that arena.
Yeah. It'll be a lot of fun.
And discuss this more because
I love asking these
questions. I'm a huge astronomy fan in space, and how do we, I ask these questions all the time, and I'm, as you know, I'm an atheist, and I believe in the science. If somehow there's a scientific explanation how we got here, I don't believe in heaven, hell, God, or anything. That's just me, and that's my knowledge, But I'm into it. I'm really into it, and I'd love to explore more. Like, there's so much we don't know, and it's so powerful to live in the world and say every day that you don't know what you don't know, because what it does is it opens up your whole life and your whole life experiences and new expectations into the world of possibility.
Yeah, well, you're surrendering, aren't you? You're surrendering to the fact that you don't know, so therefore you're allowing yourself the channel to open up and say, well, actually, now I can learn what I need to learn.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. It goes back to the fine line of balance of we're either living in the past or the future, but not so much the present. And I think that's what's concerning on so many levels, because if we were all truly present right now, we probably would put a lot more focus into the issues we have in the world. But because we're so focused on the past, where we came from, and the future of what we could possibly have and be, we're kind of missing out on the point of what we truly are right now. And I think that maybe the answers and the biggest clues are right here in the present and not in either the past or the future. That's an interesting idea and concept. And you can apply it to so many things. And, you know, that can go so deep. Oh, I love it. I love it, Andy.
Me too.
Yeah.
So, Amanda, I can't believe another hour has flown by, and we're finished this show. Another Andy and Amanda show in the books.
Oh, we did good, didn't we? I mean, we had a lot of fun chatting and, you know, going backwards and forwards with all these new wonderful things to talk about, and so much fun.
Always an adventure on internet radio here on the Andy and Amanda Show. Folks, email us, andyandamandaShow@gmail.com. Please visit our website. You can look at listen to our archives and learn who we are, what we're doing at andyandamandaShow.com. And Amanda, we have other social media too, right?
We do. We've got our Instagram account, the Andy and Amanda Show. We've got Twitter, which is @AndyandAmanda2, and Facebook, Andy and Amanda Show. So check us out.
Then we're back, of course, Wednesday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, whatever time that is in the corner of the globe. We'll see you on Wednesday. That being said, hey, we're out of here, right?
Absolutely. Let's go. Okay. So, on behalf of Andy Kimball in California, Hollywood, myself, Amanda Love here in the UK, thank you so much for listening. We appreciate you. We love you. And come join us again on Wednesday's show. It's going to be a lot of fun. Have a good week, and we'll see you then.
You bet. See you Wednesday.
Bye.
I'd like to stay with you. Well, as we walked into the day, skies of blue had turned to gray.